You got dressed this morning and looked in the mirror. Something was wrong. Your pixie cut, the one you chose to look sharp and modern, was doing the opposite. You couldn't name it, but you felt it. And here's the quiet truth nobody says out loud. A pixie cut worn wrong after 60 doesn't read as bold. It reads as tired. It can add 5 to 7 years to your face without you ever knowing why. This video covers 7 mistakes that are aging your pixie right now. And I'm not being gentle, because you deserve the real answers. Don't miss part 4. What I cover there is the single reason most women over 60 never get a pixie that actually flatters them. And it has nothing to do with the cut itself. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50 so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Mistake 1 and Mistake 2. The length trap and the flat top shape. You walk out of the salon, and it looked right in the chair. By the time you got home, something shifted. The back of your head felt heavy. Your face looked rounder somehow. You've been trying to fix it ever since, and you're still not sure what went wrong. Here's your retention booster right now. This is the mistake I hear about most, and almost nobody who's making it knows they're making it. The first mistake is cutting the sides and back too short while leaving the top too long. I know, it sounds like it should create volume, but what it actually does is it flattens the crown visually and presses the shape of your head downward. And once you understand the mechanism, you won't be able to unsee it. The weight of longer top layers without lift underneath pulls the eye down. And for a woman over 60, that downward pull lands directly on the jaw and the jowl area, making both read heavier than they are. It's adding years. Not 1 or 2, closer to 5 or 6, every single time you step outside. The fix is specific. Ask your stylist for a graduated pixie, where the back builds up slightly and the top layers are cut to sit no more than 1.5 inches above the crown. You want the top to lift, not drape. Tell them exactly this. I want length and lift at the crown, not length that falls flat. Those words. Use them. Now the second mistake. And this one's subtle. This is the one a friend of mine heard about, and immediately called her salon the same afternoon. A flat top. Not completely flat. I don't mean a military cut. I mean a pixie where the stylist hasn't built any deliberate curve or roundness into the silhouette at the crown. The result is a shape that looks almost architectural, and not in a good way. It emphasizes the horizontal width of the head, and visually widens the face. There's a reason this one is hard to spot in the mirror. You're looking at your face, not the shape your hair is making above it. The swap. From a flat crown to a rounded, slightly elevated silhouette. Tell your stylist this word for word. I want a softly rounded shape at the crown, not flat, not pointed. A curve that makes the top of my head look like a gentle dome. A good stylist will know exactly what you mean. A great one will already be nodding before you finish the sentence. Here's the maintenance piece for both of these. Ask for a shape check every 4 weeks, not a full cut. Shape checks are 15 minutes. They're sometimes free, and they are the only thing that keeps a pixie flattering between cuts because pixies grow out of shape faster than any other style. What's coming up in part 2 is the mistake I almost didn't include, because it feels so personal. But after everything I've seen, I couldn't leave it out. Mistake 3 and Mistake 4. The color mistake and the side part trap. Here's a question I want you to sit with for just a second. What if the thing you think is making your pixie look sharp is actually the thing making it look harsh? This is the mistake nobody warns you about before you're already sitting in the colorist's chair. Mistake 3 is going too dark with the color on a short pixie after 60. And I want to be clear. I'm not saying don't color your hair. Color can be everything. But here's what happens with a pixie specifically. A very dark, uniform color on short hair creates a high contrast frame right around your face. And after 60, that high contrast pulls every line, every shadow, every area of natural change on your skin into sharper focus. It doesn't hide anything. It spotlights it. It's doing the opposite of what you wanted, and it's adding at least 4 to 5 years to how your face reads from even a short distance. The fix is dimension, not lightness. You don't need to go blonde. You don't need to go gray. What you need is 2 to 3 tonal variations woven through the color. Lighter pieces near the face, a slightly different mid-tone through the back. Ask for this. I want a multi-tonal color with face-framing lighter pieces, no flat, single-process color. That phrase, multi-tonal face-framing, will tell a good colorist everything. This one is everything. Write it down if you have to. Now, mistake 4. The side part on a pixie. I know, you've had this part for 20, maybe 30 years. It feels like you. And that's exactly the problem. A severe deep side part on a pixie after 60 drags all the hair weight to one side and creates a visual imbalance that reads as lopsided on camera and in photographs. It also, and this is the part that nobody says, flattens the side the hair falls over. The hair presses down rather than lifting. And any area where hair presses flat toward the face after 60 pulls attention toward that side and makes the eye on that side look smaller and more recessed. The swap from a hard side part to a soft diagonal, what stylists call a natural part. Ask them this. I don't want a hard line. I want the hair to separate softly and naturally, just slightly off-center. The difference between a hard part and a soft diagonal is about 3 millimeters of comb pressure. The visual difference in photographs is enormous. Your natural elegance deserves a shape that works with it, not against it. Maintenance for both of these. Revisit your color tone every 12 weeks minimum, not to cover roots, but to refresh the dimension. Dimension fades. Flat color doesn't. And ask your stylist about a purple toning treatment between visits. It keeps lighter pieces from going brassy. Part 3 covers the mistake that happens the moment you walk out of the salon, before you've even got home. Part 3, Mistake 5. The product mistake, how styling kills the cut. Here's something I want you to picture. A woman, gorgeous bone structure, perfect cut, beautifully shaped pixie, walks out of the salon and by mid-morning, the whole thing has collapsed into something that looks 2 weeks old. Same hair, same cut, completely different result. Nobody told her what happened. She thinks the cut is the problem. It's not the cut. Mistake 5 is the product trap, and it's the one that kills more good pixies after 60 than any scissors mistake I've ever seen. Here's your retention booster. This is the one tip that women message me about, saying they wish they'd known it 20 years ago. Here's the problem in plain terms. A pixie on fine or thinning hair, which is most women over 60, and I'm saying that with zero judgment because it is simply what happens to hair with age, needs lift and texture at the root, not moisture and smoothness at the ends. But most women over 60 are still using the same product approach they used at 40 or 50, when their hair was denser. They reach for something that smooths, controls, or adds shine. And on a pixie with fine hair, those products do one thing. They weigh the hair down, press it flat, and by 10 in the morning, the shape is gone. Here's the fix, and I want you to actually use these words at your next salon visit. What lightweight volumizing product should I be using at the root specifically for fine hair in a pixie? The stylist will likely recommend either a dry texture spray, a lightweight mousse applied before diffusing, or a small amount of pomade used only at the crown for definition, not at the ends. The key phrase is root application only. Products used at the ends of a pixie drag the shape down. Products used at the root lift it. Yes. That simple. Now here's the texture mistake inside this mistake, because there's a layer most women miss. A pixie on mature hair needs texture to hold its shape. Texture is what makes the style look intentional and alive rather than flat and grown out. But texture products and shine products are working against each other. If you are using a shine spray anywhere in your routine, anywhere at all, you are neutralizing whatever lift you've created. Shine and texture cannot coexist on fine hair. Pick one. And after 60, texture wins every single time. The before and after here is extraordinary. Same cut. Same hair. Same woman. Just root product instead of end product. Volume at the crown instead of weight at the tips. The shape comes back. The cheekbones red higher. The whole face lifts. Maintenance on this one. Wash your pixie every other day maximum, not daily. Overwashing strips the natural oils that give fine hair its last bit of natural grip. And grip is what holds shape in a pixie between styling sessions. There's one thing about part 4 that nobody in this space talks about. I didn't expect it to be the part women keep coming back to, but it always is. Mistake 6. The face shape mismatch. What nobody tells you before the cut. Nobody tells you this before you sit in the chair. They take your appointment, they talk about length, they maybe show you a photo, and then they cut. And what never gets discussed, not once in most salons, is whether the specific pixie shape being cut is right for your specific face shape right now, at this age, with your bone structure as it currently is. That's mistake 6. And it's the reason most women over 60 never quite get a pixie that truly flatters them, even when they've had one for years. Here's the thing about face shape and pixies after 60. It's different from what applied at 40. The face changes. The jaw softens. The cheeks shift slightly. The natural fullness that used to be higher in the face moves downward over time. And a pixie style that worked on your face 10 years ago might be doing exactly the wrong thing to your face today. Because your face today is a different shape than it was then. This is the one most women find hardest to hear. But it's the one that changes everything. Here's your retention booster right now. This is the conversation I watch women have with stylists and almost never see go far enough. The most common mismatch I see: a round or softening face being given a pixie with short, close-cropped sides and no height. The sides are cut tight to the head. Nothing at the crown to compensate. And the result is a shape that emphasizes the width of the face and visually shortens the vertical line from forehead to chin. It is adding years. And specifically it is flattening the cheekbones, which are the single feature that most communicates youthfulness on a mature face. The fix is vertical volume. For a face that has softened or rounded with age, the pixie must compensate by creating height. Height elongates. Height lifts the optical center of the face upward, which is where youth sits. Height makes the cheekbones read higher. Height makes the jaw read narrower. The fix is asking your stylist for this. I want volume and height at the crown with the sides kept soft and close. I want the tallest point of the style to be above my temples, not level with them. Say it exactly like that. It will change what you walk out with. Now the opposite mismatch, and this one matters too. A narrower or more angular face given a pixie that's all height and no width. The sides are cropped so aggressively that the head looks narrow at the sides and only has volume at the very top. For a longer, more angular face after 60, that vertical emphasis can make the face read as severe. The fix here is the opposite: a little width at the temples, a softer side that doesn't clip too close, and slightly less height at the crown. The conversation to have before any pixie cut, not after, before, is this: based on my face shape as it is right now, where do I need more volume and where do I need less? A great stylist will assess and answer. If they look unsure or skip past the question, that's information you needed before you sat down. Maintenance. Every time you go in for a shape check or a trim, ask this question again. Because your face shape shifts gradually, the ideal pixie shape for you shifts with it. The next mistake is the one that happens the most quietly. You won't see it coming. Mistake 7. The neckline mistake, the one detail that ages everything. Have you ever wondered why your pixie looks great from the front, and somehow still feels off the moment you turn around or see a photo taken from the side? You've checked the top. You've adjusted the part. You've tried different products. And it still doesn't look the way you want it to look. The answer is almost always at the back. Mistake 7 is the neckline. And I'll be honest, I kept this one for last because it's the one most women never think to check. You can't see it without 2 mirrors. Your stylist may have never once asked you about it. But the neckline of a pixie cut is doing a huge amount of visual work on your neck, your posture, and how your entire face and head read from every angle except straight on. This is the mistake that's most expensive to fix if you leave it too long. Because a grown-out neckline isn't just about the neckline. It drags the shape of the whole cut with it. Here's your retention booster. This is the first thing I look at now when I see a pixie that isn't quite working. Before the color, before the part, before anything. The neckline. There are 2 versions of this mistake, and they age differently. The first is a neckline cut too straight across, a hard horizontal line shaved or trimmed flat at the base of the neck. On paper it sounds clean. In practice, after 60, a hard straight neckline interrupts the natural line of the neck and draws the eye directly to the base of the skull. It shortens the visible length of the neck. And a shorter-looking neck visually compresses the distance between the chin and the shoulders, which adds visual weight to the lower face and reads as heavier and older in photographs. The second version is the opposite, A neckline left too long and not shaped at all. It grows into a soft wispy line that trails below the natural hairline. This one doesn't read as intentional. It reads as grown out. And a pixie that looks grown out communicates something specific and unwanted. It says the style isn't being maintained. On a woman over 60 who is sharp and intentional and put together in every other way, a trailing neckline is an accidental signal that undercuts everything else. The fix for both: ask your stylist for a tapered neckline. Not shaved, not straight across. Tapered, which means the hair gradually diminishes in length as it reaches the base of the neck, following the natural curve of the skull. The result is a neckline that appears to fade softly into the skin, lengthening the neck visually and giving the cut a finished, intentional look from every angle. Tell them this. I want a tapered neckline, gradual, following the natural curve. Not a hard line, not a trailing edge. Those beautiful eyes and that elegant bone structure of yours deserve a cut that shows them off from every single angle, not just the front. Maintenance on this one is non-negotiable. Neckline tidy-ups every 3 to 4 weeks. You don't need a full cut, just the neckline. Some salons do this in 10 minutes. Some do it free with a standing appointment. Ask, because between cuts, the neckline is the first thing to go. And the moment it goes, it starts pulling the entire style backward with it. What I'm covering in the next video. Most women find it even harder to hear, but it's the one that matters most. You just learned 7 pixie cut mistakes that most women spend years making without ever knowing why their cut wasn't quite working. And you did it in one sitting. The neckline, the flat crown, the side part, the product trap, the face shape mismatch, the color error, the length trap. You know all of it now. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now you know exactly how to show it. Tell me in the comments. Which of these 7 mistakes were you making without knowing it? I genuinely want to know. And if someone you love is still wearing a pixie that isn't working for her, share this with her. She'll thank you. Next time, we're getting into the one accessory mistake that adds 10 years overnight, and it's not what you'd expect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.